Hey there, welcome to Just Contemplate. In our last video, we talked about something simple but powerful, the idea of holding thoughts without rushing to judge them, just letting them be, letting them breathe. But before we can really do that, there is something even more basic we need to get right, something that most of us overlook, and that is nothing but the art of listening. But wait, I don't mean just hearing sounds. I mean really listening. Listening to life, to the pauses, the patterns, the feelings behind the words, to the little nudges that come from deep inside. Without that kind of listening, contemplation becomes kind of hollow, disconnected, or just brooding. It is like trying to understand a song by only reading the lyrics. So before we dive into holding thoughts, let's take a moment to tune in. Let's learn how to truly listen. Hi, I'm Roshan Singh Kukreti, and I come to you not as someone who has reached the destination, but as one who is still on the journey, still absorbing, still growing, and still finding meaning in the quietness within. Today, I want to speak about a form of listening that goes beyond words, beyond conversations, and even beyond scriptures. It is the art of listening to the events of life, because life speaks not in language, but in symbols, situations, and silence. If you see it carefully, we are trained to speak, to analyze, to solve, but very few of us are trained to listen deeply. Not just to people, not just to teachers or books, but to the mysterious choreography of our own lives. Have you ever considered life as a mirror or life as a message? What if every difficult person is a mirror? Every delay is a redirection. Every ache, an arrow pointing inward. What if life isn't happening to you, but unfolding for you? Can we begin to receive the events of our lives not as random chaos, but as messages? Subtle invitations for inner work. That is the first shift in this art. To stop labeling moments as good or bad and start listening to what they are showing us. Life rarely shouts. She is a quiet teacher. She speaks through repetitions, with those patterns that won't go away until you learn. She speaks through resistance. The things you fight might be where your growth lies. She speaks through silence. When nothing seems to happen, it may be time to go inward. If something in your life keeps repeating, a kind of conflict, a stuckness, that's not bad luck. It's life raising its hands and saying, "You still haven't heard me." Let's reflect on three ways to deepen our listening. Listening without resistance. Can you sit with a moment, even an uncomfortable one, and just let it be what it is? Instead of reacting, can you say, this is here, let me feel it fully? Listening with curiosity. Ask, what is life trying to teach me through this? What part of me is being invited to grow? Is there a pattern here? Listening with humility. Sometimes we don't get answers right away. Sometimes we don't understand until years later. Can we still stay open without rushing to label or fix? Let's take a moment, close your eyes, and once you feel comfortable, breathe in slowly and exhale. Now think of a moment in your life, recent or distant, that didn't go your way. A missed opportunity, a heartbreak, an unexpected turn. Hold it gently and ask without judgment. What was life trying to show me through this? But don't force an answer. Just listen. Sometimes the message comes in layers. Sometimes it's as simple as slow down, let go, grow up, wake up. And sometimes it is just silence. And that too is sacred. To live as a listener is to walk through life like a disciple walks behind the guru, attentive, open, and reverent. You begin to see everything as sacred, every event as instruction, every joy and sorrow as a verse in your personal scripture. Life becomes your teacher, silence becomes your classroom, and stillness becomes your listening. Life is always speaking through people, through pauses, through pain and poetry and ordinary things. The question is not, why is this happening? The question is, am I listening deeply enough to understand? The same approach, this gentle observational awareness, where you listen to the subtle messages and contemplate not just new ideas, but new experiences. Not just philosophies, but heartbreaks. Not just opinions, but losses, uncertainties, successes, and silent longings. From the so called good to the bad, the beautiful to the brutal. What if we could listen and hold life in the same contemplative space? To not rush into labeling something as a blessing or a curse, a failure or a win, but to sit with it, to watch it unfold, to feel it fully without needing to explain it right away. Because sometimes the most painful events carry silent wisdom. And sometimes the best looking outcomes comes with hidden costs. Contemplation lets us see beneath the surface in time. Thank you for listening. Now go and listen to your own life, but keeping the mantra in mind, neither accept nor reject, just hold on and contemplate. That's all for this reflection. If something here felt familiar or stirred something inside you, trust that you're not alone. So see you soon, because the questions won't stop and neither will we. In the next video, we'll explore something as thought-provoking. But until then, take a deep breath, enjoy yourself, appreciate yourself, and take very good care of yourself, because no one else can do it quite like you.